Ever wondered what it's like to turn old junk into millions? Well, meet Rick Harrison, the mastermind behind the hit TV show Pawn Stars. This isn't your average rags to riches story. It's a tale of sharp wit, keen eyes, and the ability to spot treasure where others see trash. So, how did a high school dropout with a knack for spotting hidden gems become the king of reality TV and a millionaire? Sounds like a Hollywood script, right? For Rick, it's just another day at the office. If your office happens to be the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas. Rick's shop isn't your ordinary grandma's antique store. It's where history meets cold, hard cash, and where his razor-sharp wit turns dusty relics into TV gold. From Civil War swords to rock star guitars, if it's rare, valuable, or just plain weird, Rick's probably haggled over it. Behind that poker face and tough negotiator's exterior is a guy who's living every kid's dream. He gets paid to play with cool stuff all day and share amazing stories with millions of fans. In this video, we'll step into the wild world of Rick Harrison and share everything there is to know about him. This ride's got more twists than a Vegas slot machine. And the payoff? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Rick's journey to stardom wasn't exactly a straight A to B path. Picture a teenage Rick, bored out of his mind in 10th grade, thinking, there's gotta be more to life than this. So what does he do? He drops out and dives headfirst into the hustle. At just 16, Rick's hawking fake Gucci bags, raking in a cool $2,000 a week. Talk about a crash course in business. But the real game changer? Teaming up with his old man at 23 to open the gold and silver pawn shop. It wasn't glamorous. Working nights, repossessing cars, doing whatever it took to keep the lights on. But little did Rick know, he was laying the foundation for an empire. Now, opening a pawn shop in Vegas sounds like a no-brainer, right? Wrong! Rick and his dad hit a wall faster than a rookie gambler loses at blackjack. Turns out, Sin City had a tight lid on pawn licenses since 1955. Talk about bad luck. But our boy Rick isn't one to fold. He and the old man played the long game, waiting for Vegas to hit the magic number of 250,000 residents. Finally, in 1989, they scored their golden ticket, a pawn license. With that piece of paper in hand, the Harrisons set up shop just off the strip. And boy, did they hit the jackpot. By 2005, they were lending out millions and raking in interest like there was no tomorrow. $700,000 in interest alone? That's not just business, that's an art form. Rick and his dad had turned their little pawn shop into a Vegas institution, proving that sometimes the house doesn't always win. Sometimes the pawn shop does. Ever wonder how a small-time pawn shop became a global phenomenon? Enter Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines, two TV wizards who saw gold where others saw dust. In 2008, they pitched an idea that would change Rick's life forever. By 2009, Pawn Stars hit the airwaves and boom! Overnight, Rick went from local pawnbroker to America's favorite dealmaker. Fast forward to today, over 20 seasons and hundreds of episodes later, Pawn Stars is still going strong. It's like the Energizer Bunny of reality TV. It just keeps going and going. Who knew haggling over old stuff could be so darn entertaining? When it comes to Pawn Stars, Rick's not just the boss. He's the human Google. Need to know the value of a Civil War sword or a 50s jukebox? Rick's your guy. His secret weapon? A mix of street smarts and book smarts that'd make Sherlock Holmes jealous. Rick doesn't just buy and sell, he's a history teacher in disguise. Every rusty coin or dusty painting is a chance to drop some knowledge bombs. It's like Antiques Roadshow meets History Channel with a dash of Vegas flair. No wonder even billionaires can't resist stopping by for a deal. How much dough does a professional treasure hunter rake in? As of 2024, Rick's sitting pretty on a nest egg worth between 9 and 15 million smackaroos. Not too shabby for a high school dropout, eh? But wait, there's more. Rick's not just cashing in on old trinkets. He's pulling in a cool $100,000 per episode of Pawn Stars. And let's not forget his side hustles. Flipping million-dollar houses and endorsing everything from gold to your grandma's cookie recipe. Talk about diversifying your portfolio. Think Rick's just about old coins and dusty antiques? Think again. This guy's garage is like a time machine on wheels. From muscle cars that growl like angry lions to classics smoother than a Vegas cocktail. Rick's got 'em all. A 1966 Imperial Crown convertible, rubbing fenders, with a quirky 1973 Volkswagen thing, calls his parking space home. On top of that, throw in a 1967 Shelby Cobra. That'll make your heart race faster than a Vegas slot machine, and a 1940 Chevy Special Deluxe. That's pure nostalgia on wheels. Oh, and let's not forget the 1968 Mustang GT Fastback, the same model Steve McQueen made famous. It's not just a car collection, it's a four-wheeled history lesson. When Rick's not wheeling and dealing at the pawn shop, he's strumming a different tune, quite literally. This Pawn King's got a serious case of guitar fever, and boy does he have stories to tell. Ever heard of Vic Flick? He's the guy behind the James Bond theme. Well, Rick snagged his 1961 Fender Stratocaster for a cool $55,000. But that's small change compared to the $600,000 he almost dropped on a Hendrix Touch Strat. And get this, Rick's even got a 1961 Gibson SG Les Paul that belonged to Mary Ford, wife of the legendary Les Paul himself. Talk about 6 strings of history. For Rick, these aren't just guitars, they're time machines with frets. Wondering where TV stars go to escape the limelight. For Rick, it's not some flashy beach house. It's a hidden slice of paradise in Oregon's wilderness. A property so off-grid, it makes survivalists look like city slickers. Rick's got it all. Hydroelectric power, wind turbines, solar panels, powering not 1, but 3 houses, 2 garages, and a full-blown machine shop. It's like a Bond villain's lair, but with more pawn shop memorabilia. Rick spends up to 5 months a year in this self-made Eden. Who knew the king of Vegas deals was secretly a nature-loving tech whiz? It's not just a getaway. It's Rick's personal utopia, far from the bright lights and big deals. Rick's love life is more dramatic than a Vegas magic show. 3 marriages, 3 divorces. Talk about rolling the dice on romance. First up was Kim, who gave Rick his sons, Corey and Adam. Then came Tracy, a 25-year marathon that added son Jake to the mix. The latest? Deanna, a Brady Bunch-style blend with 3 stepdaughters. But like a bad poker hand, that one folded too. Through it all, Rick's kids have been his royal flush. Corey's the heir apparent at the pawn shop, while Adam plays a behind-the-scenes role. Even Pawn Stars aren't immune to family drama. In a plot twist worthy of a Vegas thriller, Rick's own mother, Joanne, slapped him with a restraining order. The accusation? Allegedly making her sign over business control while in a coma. Talk about a mother of all disputes. Joanne, pushing 80, claimed Rick cut off her $25,000 monthly allowance. Meanwhile, Rick was supposedly raking in millions. It was like a high-stakes game of Monopoly gone wrong. Rick cried foul, saying his mom was being manipulated. Eventually, they buried the hatchet, but not before airing some seriously dirty laundry. Who said family business was easy? Just when you think Rick's story couldn't get more colorful, life throws in a few more plot twists. First of all, our pawn shop king got crowned a Kentucky colonel. Yep, Rick's joined the ranks of Colonel Sanders himself. Secondly, he's been flirting with the idea of swapping his pawn counter for a political podium. U.S. Senate in 2024? He's not saying no. Sadly, amidst these highs, Rick faced a heart-wrenching low, the loss of his son Adam to a fentanyl overdose. Through it all, Rick keeps moving forward, proving he's as resilient off-screen as he is savvy on it. Rick Harrison isn't cashing out anytime soon. Pawn Stars is gearing up for another season of wheeling, dealing, and history revealing. Picture Rick, Corey, and Chumlee hitting the road again, turning America into one giant treasure hunt. It's like National Treasure meets Road Trip, but with more haggling and less Nicolas Cage. He's got his eyes on a prize bigger than any rare coin or vintage car. The U.S. Senate seat is calling his name for 2024. Imagine Senator Rick negotiating bills like he does antiques. I'll give you healthcare reform, but throw in tax cuts and we've got a deal. Who knows? The next star of Pawn Stars might be presiding over Stars and Stripes, from a high school dropout slinging fake Gucci bags to a multimillionaire TV icon. Rick Harrison's life reads like a Vegas slot machine that hits the jackpot on every pull. He's turned rusty relics into gold, both literally and figuratively, and made history cool again for millions of viewers. But Rick's real legacy? It's not just in the treasures he's unearthed or the deals he's struck. It's showing us that with a bit of hustle, a lot of heart, and an eye for opportunity, anyone can rewrite their stars. Did you enjoy this video and don't want to miss any new episodes? Then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.